do you think these match up against one another?
Well, I think that Evil Geniuses have a really good setup here with the Jinx Tristana for late game carries and a beefy front line. So if they won 10-person party.
A little bit of zoning off, both sides very aware of the other's presence here in bot lane. Huhi getting quite chunked down. Someday putting himself in front, goes for the flash, gets the flash out of Stixay. EG want to grant that as enough of a reward for pushing forward, so they go into the cove, but FBI is in dangerous territory, bringing the sweeper out to get that last look onto the AD carry of EG, but they do retreat without giving over a kill.
The big event as well, finding River as he's crossing over, so EG.
Oh, Jojo in some trouble, does flash towards tower as River shows his presence.
Nice little job here by River.
And allowing the rest of the team to proceed. As a leading voice alongside Gory, you gotta look out for Gory too to be able to hold strong in that mid lane. Inspired making the play, knocking him towards Jojo. Last hit, not able to commit for the kill. One tower shot puts Jojo low enough to back off.
Yeah, Gory flashes him under tower. I thought he was going to push him even further under tower with the W, but did not.
Someday flashing away. River here in response. First blood drawn by Golden Guardians.
You can say, fine, do your Rift Herald, Evil Geniuses. We will just take the dragon. We've got Heimerdinger turrets, plenty of extra DPS here to make that pretty quick as well.
Neutral objectives traded across the map. Golden Guardians picking up this first dragon for themselves. And then all the while Inspired working to finish off the Rift Herald on the top side. And then Jojo gets the chance to just keep farming up, keep becoming that strength later on in the game. This also allows Evil Geniuses to offer more pressure onto Licorice, who it does Vikla play as well. And
oh, man.
Oh, there's the land and the stun up. Jojo's hopping in right now, trying to make use of that Tristana, using the Buster Shot into the rest of the team. And that one is clean. Finish off with a kill for Jojo. River risking to be next, but has...
There's no biggie. Shrug that off. As soon as that Ash Arrow is up, though, that cooldown we're talking about, he just nails Gory with the flash. Oh, that is a heartbreaker because Tristana annihilates turret plates, explosive shot on them, Rift Herald charging through, 4 turret plates. That is...
And it is showing in his build thus far with that mythic completion. EG nearly cresting to 1K soon enough in their gold lead. But the proactivity have been working out so far with another land here from Vulcan, and following up with Inspired throwing out the ult, and there are a couple roots onto multiple members, which means an immediately blast of Huhi. Golden Guardians down their support. The sacrifice they'll make for those ults used by EG.
This is looking really one-sided so far. So they will be able to start it up for themselves, but Evil Geniuses, look at those cooldowns. Ash Arrow and Maokai Ultimate have just come off cooldown. They're going for it again.
Golden Guardians have to be scared of that. And there's Maokai ult right here. Gets a route onto River. But in the end, Golden Guardians were postured for Dragon. They take it, and EG don't contest too much.
Sure, it's going to die, though, and it's going to get Jinx excited. So Golden Guardians, while they did get the objective, they give up the mid lane control to do so.
And another hit from Enchanted Crystal Arrow, followed up by the Jinx Rocket. You got so many long-range ults to just chunk some...
4 people. Vulcan heads up, he clears out the vision, and they will just pick up the Rift Herald to continue taking down turrets. Jojo gets hit by the seismic.
Jojo in it, lands an E onto Gory, but can't charge it up, and the damage back is too strong. Buster Shot to get Gory off of his back. Presence of Evil Geniuses, Vulcan wanting to set up the play for Inspired, but Licorice started walking away so quickly to be able to create that space before the attempted dive.
Tickles. Not an Ash Arrow fired here by Vulcan because he knows it'll just get reposted. And another calm, collected play here from Evil Geniuses. Pretty similar to the first time around. And Jojo pushing mid here with Tristana explosive shot means they get the Herald's second charge off on top side while pushing mid wave and have plenty of time to reset for the Dragon. So this one, 50 seconds in the future. You don't want to pause at least. You know, the AD carry is trying to worry about some flanks. Licorice, though, under attack.
And this time walking right into the arrow. Not in line for Jinx, but in line for the slams from Someday and Jojo. Rocket jump forward, last auto to do it. Jojo with the kill.
All right. His last auto was enough damage, so technically the flash was an extra expenditure, but a super high value. Again, arrow from Vulcan finds a kill, and Someday teleports down. It's a double teleport back to the Dragon. EG, they're going to get their pick, and they don't want to give it up. This wall is pretty early.
EG aren't in the vicinity just yet. Posturing as Golden Guardians wrap around through jungle to get the angle onto the dragon. They know they have the tools to get in there to try and attempt to steal if they want, but now are worried about the poke being thrown by Evil Geniuses. Vulcan marked low with Someday zoning off river. They try to turn towards dragon and have to be wary of the teleport on the backside, getting the route onto river. Licorice wrapping around. Inspired, does he see him? Joins the jungler. The Soul Later put in some work. Gory getting a kill. It's Golden Guardians throwing back on this fight. 3 of them taken away. Onto the dragon they go. Someday and Inspired can't.
On JoJo, 9 on FBI, so neither of the high damage carries are here. It's just the tank frontline, low damage, no Cassante ultimate, no nothing here for EG. If they managed to do anything, it would be a miracle.
And that arrow was thrown out for mostly vision because of the timing before anyone can come through. Not enough from the rocket from FBI, so a secured Baron here by Golden Guardian. They are in the game of League of Legends, but JoJo's definitely one at the top that really feels in tune with how he plays and how he really tackles the game from that competitive angle, and being a condition for Evil Geniuses right now to keep up that pressure on the turrets.
Versus double AD carries, Steel Caps plus Warden's Mail on the Fiora. Even the Fiora is decently tanky against the triple AD carry comp. As long as he doesn't have to fight all of them. Licorice now is walking right up into JoJo, as you can see on the mini-map, while the rest of the team finishes off the Baron.
There's the arrow coming through, not hit by anyone. Golden Guardians with 2 roots from Inspire. The teleport coming in from EG as well. Talia wall gone to separate. River going in with a Cyclone Someday over the wall. A big blast of damage onto FBI, who's zoned out. Stun and lock. Vulcan's out of it. Huhi next to fall, and they're shut down onto JoJo. Golden Guardians turning onto the damage output of EG and taking it away. It's a triple kill for Stixay. What are you gonna do when Golden Guardians take control of the play? EG running away at the work that GG's been putting forward.
And I think they should just retreat for the Baron here. They push up mid lane with 30 seconds left on Tristana, 24 seconds left on Inspired here. Also no teleport on the Tristana. Yeah, they are gonna pick that one up, no problem for themselves. Golden Guardians, really nice job. They have the split push on bottom side. All they have to do is block the rocket here. They finish up the Baron, but Licorice splitting on bottom side, while the rest of Golden Guardians with so much damage in this team comp, they melt through the Baron. Even though it's one of his most famous champions, I always think back to CLG, MSI days. It's nice to see him doing really well yet again, and Golden Guardians fighting their way here through playoffs.
It's one of the most intriguing things I feel about players like Stixay that have been around for quite some time, have these picks that remind you of previous peaks in games and bringing it down to the present.
And there you see JoJo trying to get an objective bounty on the Triss Danger, and with the Baron buff still on, they can finish the push.
And now JoJo making that rotation to try to collapse with Evil Geniuses. Golden Guardian still pushing onto this turret and applying the pressure. Licorice has that teleport available to join them. They've got the...
It's going to be pretty difficult. We saw just a last whisper coming in from JoJo, so still pretty far behind the curve here, EG. Golden Guardians looking for the kill blow.
Around EG, going in for it. River cycloning in the wall to have some separation. Going into stasis, JoJo keeps himself alive for a temporary amount of time. Stixay popping off at it again. Licorice going into the back line to get the double kill here. It's a good play. It's an ace for Golden Guardians.
And it's the game for Golden Guardians. Game number 1 already. Golden Guardians, massive stuff here. They give Licorice the counter pick again. They're rolling off of that confidence over the 100 Thieves win.
Woo, Lord, Golden Guardians, a statement in game number 1.
Tristana plus Rel here, definitely kill opportunities there.
Van was very good here because enemy team, look at their picks. They're Y, Ari, they all want to come in and you don't want to go in against Van. So definitely a good draft from Golden Guardians. I think they use their flex picks very well. We'll see how they...
Pushed up on this wave against JoJo, but awaiting any potential play.
Oh, he's not spoiled, but it's gonna be hard to kill here.
Gets a similar lock, but no follow-up just yet.
Yeah, gonna be hard to even do any damage.
Oh,
Vulcan.
Vulcan
Gonna
might
see
lose
River
Flash
in a
here.
moment.
Oh, he might
Knocked
even die.
back, flashing, rooted, knocked up over the wall. Stixay goes. FBI trying to get some burst fire in, but Vulcan, first blood drawn by Golden Guardians.
They get the Tristana kill.
Honestly, screaming Evil Geniuses, I thought their bot lane is performing very well, but game 1, Stixay and Puhi did very well. There's a
Yeah.
Glorious Flash.
Strength of those bot lanes and beyond comes into effect around this dragon play. River taking the brunt of the damage, and JoJo goes in with some Foxfire, some Salping thrown down. There's a rocket jump in. E onto Inspire, gonna blast soon, and there's a kill. Who he gets the credit of it onto FBI, and the pursuit is strong. Stixay staying alive and lock onto JoJo. Support more, separate through mid lane. Who's the next ball? JoJo is had.
Up to bully for this Rift Herald. So Tristana's gonna get turret
Yeah,
plates.
Tristan's gonna get turret place. All Licorice has to do is get this wave on top sides. I don't think they will be able to kill Licorice. If they defend this top wave and they don't have a Herald play, I don't think Tristana should be moving actually.
Yeah,
Okay, they're gonna decide to fight instead.
Vulcan, FBI, Inspired are out of there. Golden Guardians can continue putting their sights on to the Heralds and zoning off of Someday and Licorice, but
I didn't feel like EG has a Herald play here. If Stixay just kept pushing, and even if they get the Herald, they will not have a play and they will lose way more, but they decided to secure the Heralds.
Yeah, it sounds like because they
Starting this Drake, Maka is gonna have a very good ult angle from here. If Golden Guardians decides to fight this, I think it can be good for them.
Gory's pretty far in mid lane though, so I guess they
just wanna
probably
give
give.
Yeah, they're like, we got what we
Very annoying for Vi to deal with, so I think that's a little bit of extra time there will be afforded to a Golden Guardians bottom side play.
They're controlling the map very well. Even if they get Ari ulti here, so good.
JoJo trying to dash away with the ult, but there's too many members of GG. Stixay with the kill credit onto JoJo, and that means many plates for the taken of Golden Guardians.
Well played from Golden Guardians. They were controlling the jungler from earlier, so they knew that no one was able to help Ari. And the second they saw JoJo, they're like, these guys didn't think we have to just kill him.
Yeah, I mean, Vi's topside towards a like Gwen matchup where it's really hard to make anything happen, and Golden Guardians have Rift Herald too, so you have Tristana plus Rift Herald, that turret doesn't stand a chance. Instantly killed. Not only is it a pick for Golden Guardians, but
That Vi can kill is Tristana, and you don't want to be ulting Tristana.
there we go.
Okay, they're trying to kill Gwen here.
Yeah, Licorice the focus now, Inspired knocking back, and
This is a
even
good
committing
kill.
the ultimate to ensure.
Guardians, so they are definitely feeling themselves right now. Yeah, look at this play.
Definitely
They're
feeling
going for a very
themselves.
aggressive plays.
Yeah.
Very good.
Burning him down, committing for the kill onto FBI across mid lane, and the rotation from Golden Guardians to try to offset the pressure of EG on the top side. Gory going in for it onto JoJo, Orb doing damage, hook from Vulcan to bring him in, but over
Very
the
good.
wall we go. Inspired to follow. Gory looking to fall in a moment's time, but does delay it long enough. JoJo getting his little booty out of there after all of the output from Golden Guardians. Oh,
Still a 1-for-1 kill trade, but GG is gonna get the Heralds here.
Yeah, that's what I was
And they're getting top bot tier 2 for Gwen. This is huge.
I would not be surprised. Look at these 3 objectives actually that are up. There's Rift Herald, bottom turret, and top turret with a Tristana in your face. That could be 3 objectives taken off of a snowball from the dive mid. Honestly, I love seeing Xerxes get killed like that. 3 people immediately hard CC onto her, getting killed, and the rewards are big.
I mean,
Dragon and taking 2 mid.
Now they're gonna go second turret.
At least 2 here. Herald charge plus Tristana.
They're playing the map very well, and they're not leaving any room for EG to breathe.
Oh, Stixay going in. River
JoJo is
trying
TPing
to
behind.
initiate double TP from both sides. JoJo coming in with a dash.
He
A
has the
root
damage.
onto Licorice, but Stixay's over the wall, wanting to finish off Someday, but Inspired and JoJo have to back off with the remaining members of Evil Geniuses. They are down 2. JoJo's charm does not connect. So GG, just a couple hanging out, just having a good time, waiting for this wave to come up alongside River with a charge here on the Rift Herald again to blast through the inhibitor turret.
That right there exemplifies the state. Easily get picks.
And Golden Guardians keeping up the pressure over on top side with 4 members, and Licorice teleport at the ready, matched by Inspired, and Someday throws down the needlework. There's the charged up Q to try and slam down. The all miss, not enough to keep him protected, but that's a lot of soaking up of HP and some damage ditched back, but can't finish it.
Ultimate on the Maokai.
So he's looking for the angle.
They know
up
he has
through
no
the
vision.
river.
They know they have no vision. He wants to go.
Multiple control. There he goes. Hui with the play and the jump in HP bars for EG. They ain't got no FBI to hold up the mantle for them. Licorice getting the kill onto Vulcan, and JoJo zoned out by Gory. It's some...
Blast cone pops.
Ooh, JoJo, TP utilized. EG just know how much pressure Golden Guardians have had. And have to remain around to see if they can make some kind of face at Golden Guardians. JoJo being careful of Gory. Inspired making his way from mid. You can see Vulcan trying to make it as close as he can to the team as possible in case a fight breaks out immediately. 12 kills. Inspired, though, wants to find the angle, but again, look at the warding that's just coming out of Golden Guardians, catching every possible entry of the opposition. Inspired, now sought out by River and Licorice, who walked down. Maokai ultimate coming through. Golden Guardians want to try and turn this towards the isolated pick, flash away from Inspired, creating as much distance as he possibly can, but there's 2 Golden Guardians on him. The rest of Golden Guardians still focusing on that bot side. They still have the buff available and want to get that value. 4 members of Evil Geniuses to offset them on bot, but they have some support for Golden Guardians coming on through. Huhi, another monstrous engage for he and the rest of the squad as Golden Guardians with the lockdown River way downtown with the pursuit onto FBI and Vulcan. Vulcan a teeny tiny bit of HP to his name. That one little sapling blow would do it, but don't even have to reach just yet. Someday completely zoned out by Huhi. River just wants to get the kill and finally feels the thrill of it. Huhi risking going low, but cannot die because guess what? It's Golden Guardians out on top in the fight, out on top in the series so far. What a game for them as they knock on the Nexus door of Evil Geniuses for a second time.
That's the Golden Guardians. They're playing very well. In this draft, Inspire needs to shine, and Zeri is gonna take over mid to late game, but I think this draft is looking a lot for Inspire to make plays and force something. I like EG's draft. I feel like Golden Guardians bot lane, maybe they can find like all-in angles, but Zeri Lulu is better.
As a jungler, where are you going early game with Diego here?
Oh?
Big thing about Rumble is that he's always going to push the lane with Flame Spitter, going for harassment. Licorice, though, goes past the minion wave.
Trying to get that work onto Someday. Someday marked down to half, but on both sides, Pop on the top side, working his way through Try. They did have the vision in their favor, and Someday's already marked low, but Licorice as well.
All right, so they just want to trap here. Rumble push wave. Maokai saplings try and stop him. The Maokai alone might have a hard time soloing him, but it looks like...
Run, going for it onto Someday, though. And
What?
no mana at the ready. Someday stepping into the range of the flash. Wow.
Little ping down there as well. I think he leaves it for Someday to clear. It's like, I got better stuff to do. Golden Guardians will take the opportunity, though. Guess what? They saw your jungler, and they instantly tank the dragons.
Secured with the rotation from Stixxay and Huhi into this bot side jungle. You can see the warding from EG's side kind of remaining at the line.
Very supportive solo lanes.
The equalizer coming down from Licorice, so Someday also has to ult out, ult for ult traded on the top side.
Yeah, so much for that tool. Inspired, though, is going to go in, start up this red buff steal.
Oh, there's the lock from Huhi. Tristana going in, knock away, stun onto Inspired, but Inspired, even with the wild growth, still has an ADC on his back. Stixxay throwing out the autos onto Vulcan, and Inspired, but FBI has made his way through with the Ultra Shock laser. Stixxay flashing away, ult already utilized, not much escape tools available, and there's first blood for FBI, wanting to continue the onslaught. Polymorph onto Huhi. Inspired gets the credit for the second kill. It's the 2-for-1 trade across so far, and River and Licorice on the top side, now isolating Someday under the turret. We went from nothing to so much blood across the map, Kobe.
That was so close. Inspired, single. Got Riftfield into the dive. Is used bottom for the Tristana.
Aw, lock onto Gory. JoJo and Inspired are going for it, but they just want to keep him off of it because dropping that Rift Herald on the bot side is where most attention is drawn by these two. A stun onto FBI and Vulcan, but ultimate activated by FBI. River in the vicinity are looking to do so.
I love the Tristana disengage ability versus Zeri. Now FBI in trouble.
Oh, there's the lock. FBI just surrounded by Golden Guardians, and this is ahead of the Dragon. That's why, but the Dragon itself now focused by EG. This will tie it up 1-1 on the Dragon scoreboard, but all the while, the solo action along mid continues. JoJo flashing out of the way of Gory, was wanting to go for it again, and all the while, EG securing that Dragon.
Yeah, nice R from Gory there, not allowing JoJo to take the claw. Gets him with the R and forces the flash eventually. So small cooldown victory there for the Cassante. Golden Guardians on the reset and rotate upside. Guess what? This Malphite is in trouble.
River's trying to set it up. Someday, again, having to use his ultimate defensively. Multiple members from EG means teleport as well to even out the numbers on the map a bit because of EG pressuring that bot side.
Yeah, I think they're going to rumble ults down on bottom side. They just teleported.
We got on our hands a turret for each team, a dragon for each team. EG looking for another kill to put on the scoreboard. Frozen Tomb onto who he used. And that is a dead Moo. Sad the whole time. Didn't have enough existing friends on his side in that regard, but just the gold, as you said. Licorice here with Someday once again. Teleport by EG over the wall. Someday going for the initiation with the unstoppable, and Licorice still trying to escape. Throws down the equalizer to slow down JoJo, and Someday by enough time for Huhi to come through. Stixay also in the river side. Enough damage to follow up if EG did pursue Licorice. So in the end, GG get him out of there. But now the Rift Herald is what is up for grabs.
Yeah, there's no Rumble ultimate for this, but there's also no Malphite ultimate, which actually looks pretty favorable here. Golden Guardians started right up. Nice stuff for them. Licorice escapes, gets the extra summoner spell blown, and they still get the objective for Golden Guardians. So as much work as the Evil Geniuses have done is just too risky. Fighting into the darkness here. You're against the Malachi ultimate, into a Mumu ultimate and Rumble. There's just too much AoE there from Golden Guardians to ever try and face check them. A little bit too dangerous, and so Rift Herald towards mid. Doesn't even have to lose health on the first tower, so they will get a second tower charge off.
Golden Guardians, they managed to find JoJo when he was attempting to join the rest of EG. So as he retreats towards the turret, escaping the ultimate from River, EG were attempting to pursue the rest of Golden Guardians, who now rotate over towards the Dragon side.
Again, the darkness is so dangerous for EG. That was another kind of freebie cooldown there. JoJo trying to rotate over. Again, no flash. Lissandra really benefits from having flash. Being that set up champion that wants to lock people down for the Viego, for the Zeri there. So not only do Golden Guardians get mid tower off the Rift Herald, plus the Dragon here, they also get the flash down on one of the playmakers from Evil Geniuses. And
His response is to keep most of their members on this top side. Someday has his ultimate and is pushing out bot. Getting a
real threat here. But Golden Guardians, they call it. EG back off from the Baron. Not going to be enough time there. Stixay annihilate.
Oh, JoJo blasted. Licorice does so much damage. Teleport from Someday, so you get additional resources in that teleport, as well as the damage onto JoJo as Golden Guardians can focus on to the Baron. Licorice now teleports in, inspired, looking for an angle to get in there, but can't find it. Isolated, Gory takes him out, and on the Baron, JoJo wants to go for it, but the security of River gets the Baron buff for Golden Guardians. EG can't find this pressure over in this bot pit.
Yeah, Guardians transformation. Massive stuff here for them in playoffs. That turret doesn't stand a chance. Baron empowered 4-1 split push. Gory's holding mid lane, buffing up those minions. Not a very good angle here for Evil Geniuses. You can see JoJo and Someday, trying to look for maybe over the wall, but that ward right there sees JoJo the whole time. Golden Guardians will not be in any danger. They can just retreat back to the Soul. 20 seconds here. Chemtech Soul is not the greatest, but it is a Soul. Take that, because EG are going to have a really hard time doing anything about it.
This was a spring split where it was so difficult to evaluate teams because of the swingy nature of these streaks. Golden Guardians having a 7 streak at one point, FlyQuest and 100 Thieves, and it's hard to pit what their great performances are against the bottom ones, as now Golden Guardians are putting together an amazing one as they take another Dragon to secure that Soul that, yes, it is. Golden Guardians ready with wards to try and take over River again with Vision. The teleport in, and Hui going for the play. Multiple stuns and the equalizer across Evil Geniuses. Inspired goes Golden, but so does Hui, and Vulcan separated by Gory. Jojo, that's gonna be a blast. Almost hits on his head, but the Frozen Tune keeps him into it. River wants to finish him off. That's an ace. Evil Geniuses are dead. Golden Guardians changing the tide of what everyone believes that they can do.
Oh my, nothing left but the Nexus turrets.
Just one more Nexus for Golden Guardians to take to make a statement, not just on this day, but of this season. GG's resolve holds strong, punching their tickets to North Carolina, playing finals weekend for the first time.